Let's start with the simple truth. Every parent wants their child to be happy. That's the one wish we all share, right? But the real question is, what actually makes a child happy? Many parents believe happiness comes from material things. A new toy, a gadget, a trip to the amusement park. Yes, kids do light up when they get something new, but let's be honest, that joy fades pretty quickly. By tomorrow, that shiny new toy may already be lying in the corner, forgotten. So here's the reality. A child's happiness is built on completely different things. Things that don't cost money. Things that are available to every parent, no matter how much they earn, where they live, or what they do. Your child doesn't need expensive gifts. They need love, security, attention, and the feeling that they matter. And you can give all of that without spending a single penny. So in this video, I want to share with you simple, everyday things you can do to make sure your child feels truly happy. Not just for a few minutes, but in a way that builds the foundation for their whole life. Let's be honest, modern life is crazy busy. Work, household chores, errands. Sometimes it feels like there's barely any time left for family. But here's the thing. Kids don't need hours of your time. They need your full attention. And there's a huge difference between just being around and being present. Imagine this. You're sitting on the couch with your child, but your phone is in your hand, you're scrolling through messages or checking emails. You're physically there, but mentally, you're somewhere else. For a child, that's not attention. What they crave is when you look them in the eyes, when you actually listen to their silly stories, when you react, laugh, ask questions. That's when a child feels important. That's when they feel seen. Just 15-20 minutes of real, focused attention can sometimes mean more than an entire day spent together, but distracted. Try a little experiment. Set aside time each day, even if it's just 15 minutes, to be 100% present with your child. No phone, no TV, no distractions. Just you and them. Play, talk, listen. You'll be amazed at how their face lights up. And you'll realize for them, happiness often means mom or dad is really here with me. You know what kids remember best from childhood? Not toys, not gifts. They remember how much love they felt. And one of the simplest, most powerful ways to show love is through touch. A hug, a kiss on the forehead, a gentle pat on the shoulder. Science proves it. Hugs reduce stress, release oxytocin, the hormone of happiness, and give a sense of safety. When you hug your child, you're sending a clear message without words. You're safe. You're loved. You matter. Some parents think hugs are just for little kids, but that's not true. Even teenagers. Even adults need them. And the earlier you make hugging a natural part of your family life, the stronger your bond will be. So don't wait for a special moment. Hug your child in the morning before school. Hug them when they come home. Hug them just because. Those simple hugs are like an invisible shield. They give strength, confidence, and the feeling that no matter what, there's someone who's always on their side. Let's be real. We parents love to teach. We're always ready to give advice. Explain, guide, correct. And yes, that's part of our job. But do you know what children want even more than advice? To be heard. Sometimes a child doesn't need you to solve their problem. They just need to talk, to share their thoughts, their feelings, their little worries. And here's where many parents get it wrong. Instead of listening, they jump in with solutions. A child says, "Mom, I don't want to go to school, the kids laugh at me." And the parent immediately replies, "Don't pay attention to them, just ignore it." But the child doesn't feel heard. What they needed was for you to say, That must hurt. Tell me more. Listening builds trust. It shows your child, my feelings matter. My words matter. And when a child grows up feeling heard, they learn to open up. They won't hide things from you. They'll come to you when it really matters. So next time, instead of rushing to give advice, just listen. Nod. Ask, how did that make you feel? Sometimes listening is the best gift you can give. Now let's talk about something really special. Rituals. No, I don't mean complicated traditions or huge celebrations. I mean little things you do together regularly that become your family thing. Maybe it's pancakes every Sunday morning. Maybe it's a bedtime story every night. Maybe it's Friday pizza night. Or singing in the car on the way to school. These rituals may seem small, but they're incredibly powerful. Why? Because they create a sense of stability and belonging. A child knows, no matter what, this will happen. That's their anchor in a world that often feels big and confusing. And later in life, those little rituals become the warmest memories. Ask any adult what they remember most from childhood. Often it's those simple family moments, not big expensive trips. So think, what ritual can you create today? It doesn't need to be big. Just something consistent, something that says, this is us, this is our family. One of the fastest ways to make a child unhappy is constant comparison. Look at your sister, she's so neat. Why can't you be like your cousin? Comparisons crush self-esteem. They send the message, you're not good enough as you are. But every child is unique. Every child has strengths. And as parents, our job is not to push them into someone else's mold, but to help them discover their own. Support means encouraging their interests, even if they're different from what you expected. Maybe your child loves drawing instead of sports, or prefers books to parties. That's okay. That's them. When you support instead of compare, your child feels valued. They feel free to explore, to try, to fail, to succeed. And that freedom is what leads to real happiness. Let's not forget something really simple. Kids need play. Sometimes we take life so seriously that we forget how important it is to laugh, to be silly, to enjoy the moment. Playing with your child doesn't just entertain them. It tells them, you matter to me. I enjoy spending time with you. You don't need expensive toys. Build a fort out of blankets, dance in the kitchen, play tag in the park. For kids, happiness often hides in those little playful moments. And honestly, for us adults too. Here's another huge one. Emotions. Many of us grew up hearing, don't cry, you're a boy. Stop being angry, that's ugly. Don't be scared, there's nothing to be afraid of. Sound familiar? The problem is, when kids are told not to feel, they don't stop feeling. They just learn to suppress. And suppressed emotions turn into stress, anxiety, or aggression later on. So what can we do instead? Allow emotions. Teach your child that all feelings are okay. Actions may not always be okay, but feelings are. If your child is angry, don't say, stop being mad. Say, I see you're angry. That's normal. Let's find a safe way to express it. If they cry, don't say, stop crying. Instead, it's okay to cry. I'm here. If they're scared, don't laugh it off. Ask, what scares you? Want me to stay with you? When a child knows their emotions are accepted, they grow up secure, confident, and resilient. Here's maybe the most important piece. Kids don't learn from what we say. They learn from what we do. You can tell your child 100 times to be kind, be happy, be confident. But if they see you stressed, bitter, or constantly complaining, that's what they'll copy. Children are sponges. They absorb how we live. If they see parents who laugh, who respect each other, who know how to rest and enjoy life, that's what becomes their model. And if they see only arguments and exhaustion, that becomes their model too. So here's the truth. A happy child starts with happy parents. Take care of yourself. Find moments of joy. Don't sacrifice everything in the name of for the kids, because what they actually need is not a tired, bitter parent, but a parent who shows them what happiness looks like. So let's wrap this up. Your child's happiness doesn't come from toys or gadgets. It comes from love, attention, security, play, acceptance, and your example. To make your child happy, you don't need money. You need presents. You need hugs. You need listening. You need laughter. You need rituals. You need to accept their emotions. And you need to live in a way that shows them what joy looks like. Happiness isn't built in one big moment. It's built in small, everyday steps. So today, right after this video, do just one small thing. Hug your child, listen to their story, play a silly game, start a ritual. You'll see their eyes light up, and you'll know this is happiness. Remember, a happy child isn't an accident. It's the result of love, care, and presence. Now I want to ask you, what's one small step you'll take today to make your child happier? Share it in the comments. And don't forget, you're the best parent your child could ever have. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.